Hello, and welcome to Self-Awareness Path. Have we ever noticed how difficult it can be for someone to admit, I was wrong? Even when clear evidence appears, even when the facts are obvious, many people continue defending their original position, as if changing their mind would cost them something deeply personal. This is not simply stubbornness. It is a powerful psychological process built into the human mind, and understanding it can transform the way we interpret human behavior, including our own. When an opinion is first formed, it is often flexible. We may still be exploring ideas, comparing information, and adjusting our perspective. But the moment that opinion is spoken publicly, shared in a conversation, posted online, or declared in front of others, something changes. The opinion is no longer just a thought, it becomes part of our social identity. Now, changing it does not only mean adjusting a belief. It feels like admitting inconsistency, weakness, or even failure. The brain begins to treat the opinion as something that must be defended. This phenomenon is closely connected to what psychologists call commitment and consistency bias. Human beings are strongly motivated to appear consistent, both to others and to themselves. Consistency gives a sense of stability and predictability. It allows others to trust us, and it allows us to feel that we understand who we are. When a person publicly states an opinion, the mind unconsciously creates a psychological contract. This is who we are. This is what we believe. Breaking that contract feels uncomfortable, even threatening. Because of this, when new information contradicts the original belief, the reaction is often not curiosity, but resistance. Instead of asking whether the new information might be correct, the mind begins searching for reasons to reject it. Evidence supporting the original opinion is remembered more easily, while evidence against it is questioned, minimized, or ignored. Over time, the belief becomes stronger, not because it is more accurate, but because it has been defended repeatedly. We can observe this in everyday situations. Someone may make a casual statement during a discussion, perhaps about nutrition, technology, or a social issue. Later, new information appears showing that the statement was inaccurate. Logically, adjusting the opinion would be simple. Emotionally, however, it becomes difficult, especially if the statement was made confidently in front of others. The mind begins to think, if we change our position now, people will think we did not know what we were talking about. Protecting reputation starts to feel more important than updating the belief. This explains why debates often become more intense after people publicly choose sides. Before declaring a position, individuals may still listen and consider alternative viewpoints. After declaring it, they often become defenders of that viewpoint. The conversation shifts from exploring the truth to protecting identity. At that moment, persuasion becomes significantly harder, not because people cannot understand the opposing argument, but because accepting it would require publicly stepping away from their earlier statement. Social media amplifies this effect dramatically. Every post, comment, or public opinion becomes a visible record. When thousands of people have seen a statement, admitting a mistake can feel humiliating. Instead of saying that information was incomplete, individuals may double down, defending the original claim even more strongly. The public nature of the commitment increases the psychological pressure to remain consistent, even when consistency leads away from accuracy. Interestingly, this mechanism does not only affect others, it influences us as well. Many times, we may feel emotionally attached to an opinion and believe the attachment comes from careful reasoning. In reality, the attachment may come from the simple fact that we once expressed the opinion confidently. The brain quietly asks, how will this look if we change now? Rather than, what is most accurate now? Understanding this helps explain why intelligence alone does not protect people from defending incorrect ideas. Highly educated individuals can become just as defensive as anyone else when their publicly expressed beliefs are challenged. Knowledge does not remove the desire for consistency. In some cases, it can even strengthen the defense, because individuals with more knowledge often have greater ability to construct arguments supporting their original position. Another psychological force strengthens this pattern: cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort experienced when two conflicting ideas exist at the same time. When evidence shows that our public opinion might be wrong, a conflict appears between "we believe this" and "this evidence suggests something different." The discomfort can be reduced in two ways, either by updating the belief or by rejecting the evidence. Surprisingly, rejecting the evidence is often easier. especially when the belief has already been shared publicly. The mind chooses the path that protects identity with the least emotional cost. This is why some people continue defending statements even when they privately suspect they might be mistaken. The public commitment creates pressure. Changing the position feels like losing status, while defending it preserves the appearance of certainty. Over time, repeated defense can even convince the individual that the belief is still correct, because the mind prefers internal consistency over internal contradiction. Recognizing this pattern offers an important advantage. It allows us to become more aware of when we are defending an idea simply because we once said it, rather than because it remains true. Self-awareness creates a small but powerful pause between the challenge and the reaction. Instead of immediately defending the belief, we can ask a different question. If we had never expressed this opinion before, would we still hold it after seeing this new information? That single question can reveal whether the attachment comes from evidence or from commitment. In conversations with others, understanding this principle also changes how we communicate. Directly telling someone they are wrong often strengthens their resistance because it threatens their public consistency. A more effective approach is to create space where changing one's mind feels safe rather than embarrassing. When people feel respected and not judged, the psychological cost of updating their opinion decreases. The goal becomes shared understanding instead of winning the argument. History shows countless examples of individuals and groups defending incorrect positions long after evidence proved otherwise. Not because they were incapable of learning, but because their identity had become tied to those positions. Entire organizations, communities, and even nations can become locked into defending earlier declarations. The longer the position has been defended publicly, the harder it becomes to step away from it. Pride, reputation, and perceived credibility begin to weigh more than accuracy. However, the opposite pattern is also powerful. When leaders, thinkers, or influential individuals openly say, "We have learned new information and our position has evolved," they create a culture where updating beliefs becomes a sign of intelligence rather than weakness. In such environments, consistency is redefined. Instead of being consistent with past statements, individuals aim to be consistent with the best available knowledge at any given moment. This mindset reduces defensive thinking and encourages genuine learning. On a personal level, developing comfort with saying "we were mistaken" is one of the strongest signs of psychological maturity. It shows that identity is not built around being always correct, but around being willing to grow. The paradox is that people who can openly change their minds often gain more respect over time, not less. Others begin to trust that their opinions are shaped by evidence rather than ego. The next time we observe someone strongly defending an opinion, despite clear counter-evidence, it can be useful to remember that we are not simply witnessing stubbornness, we are witnessing the mind protecting consistency, identity, and social standing. And the next time we feel an immediate urge to defend something we once said, we can pause and ask whether we are defending the truth or defending the past version of ourselves. Human progress, both personal and collective, depends on the ability to revise beliefs. Science advances because hypotheses are tested and replaced when new evidence appears. Wisdom grows when experience reshapes earlier assumptions. Yet this process requires courage, the courage to step away from what was once declared and move toward what is now better understood. The real strength is not in never being wrong. The real strength is in being flexible enough to evolve. Every time we allow evidence to reshape our opinions, we train the mind to value understanding over pride. And every time we choose understanding over pride, we move one step closer to clearer thinking, healthier conversations, and deeper self-awareness. Because the truth is simple. Many people defend wrong opinions not because they truly believe them, but because they once said them. And the moment we recognize this pattern within ourselves, we gain the freedom to choose something more powerful than consistency with the past. We gain the freedom to align with what is real. Thanks for watching. Your support is crucial to us at Self-Awareness Path. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to stay updated and help our channel grow. Don't forget to like and share. It shows your appreciation and boosts our visibility. We value your feedback or any suggestions you might have, so drop a comment. Explore more content on our channel. There's plenty to discover. Thanks for being part of our community, and see you in the next video.